during this project, there was an awareness campaign which was created, and additionally to this awareness campaign on social media, on Facebook and YouTube, we could try to do an informal awareness campaign, and especially my message is for the caregivers, because the public opinion is pretty unaware of visually impaired people. And I think that we as caregivers could spread the word about how visually impaired people live and what are their needs. That's because general public doesn't really have knowledge about visually impaired people. They just see them on the street or on TV, and that's what creates stereotypes without knowing the reality. Plus, generally people don't really come to visually impaired people on the street and ask them, "Hello, I would like to know something about you." This is when our roles has an importance, because we know about them. They are our friends, our family, and we could talk about them to our other friends who can see, and we could create, casual discussion subjects when we are with friends that are not visually impaired, and say, "Oh, look, I have a visually impaired friend. Did you know that he uses a special gadget to read things?" Or, "Did you know that they use a cane to orient themselves, and how they use it, how it works? Did you know that when a person with disabilities holds a cane horizontally on the side of the road, they want to cross the street, and every driver has the obligation to stop? At least in Romania, that's the law. But they don't do it very often because they don't know, pretty much. This is a rule that is taught in driving license courses, but they forget about it because they don't stress enough the importance of the rule. So maybe if you hear this from a friend, you might remember next time when you see a person with disabilities wanting to cross the street. Then about guide dogs, you could say, "Did you know that guide dogs are allowed everywhere, in every place? No matter if regular dogs are forbidden?" Or did you know that people with disabilities, with visual impairment, need to fill numbers, for example, on the train, because they can't see where the sticker with the number of the seat is sticked? They should have it on the seat directly and fill it with their fingers, or things like this. We should spread what we know about visually impaired people, so that everyone forgets about stereotypes and finds out about the reality. And also, I think that the general public would be interested in the life of visually impaired people, because it happens a lot. For example, when we are in a taxi with Andrei, the taxi driver asks about how Andrei manages to walk through town, for example, or different things. And we are very glad when they ask, and Andrei explains them, and they're interested, and they like it. They like the communication. So we can see that there's and they are open. The general public is pretty open to this, but it's our role to come towards them and open the discussion, because they consider a barrier that the people with visually impaired people can't see them, so they can't start the discussion because small talk starts with gestures and looks. You look towards someone and you can start small talk with a smile. But with people, visually impaired people, you can't. You have to start the discussion with words, and it's a bit hard.